Okay. Hi, everyone. Let's get going. Today's theme is staying grounded. So I'll kick it off with this short bit here. So be like a tree, stay grounded, connect with your roots, turn over a new leaf, and bend before you break. Um, so I think it's such a cool metaphor for as we go through life and life happens. Oftentimes, when we get depressed or upset or whatever might come happen to us, it's because we lose a kind of tether to groundedness. And I think it's both literal, like actually having a sense of what it's like to be in contact with the ground. And then, of course, also the metaphorical or more the psychological or spiritual groundedness of staying grounded in a sense of self and staying true to your values and, not um, not compromising the things that are really important while at the same time still being able to bend, so you don't. I mean, bending is good, right? It means we don't just snap, but we want to sort of bend in a way that still feels like we are rooted in what's important to us. And I'm surrounded by spectacular beauty right now in terms of the trees and just the mountains are so insanely majestic up here. And anyway, so this, yeah, finding it inspiring and just feeling that sense of like I can feel it in my body as I'm walking around. There's this real sense of just connectedness to earth. And so anyway, that's where the inspiration for today's theme is coming from. So let's spend some time there. So close your eyes. And while we're at it, start by noticing, so bring your senses to bear and notice the ground. Whether you're sitting in a chair or if your feet aren't, if you're on the first floor of an apartment or something like that, and you're, technically not, your toes aren't in the dirt, that doesn't matter. It's really just the question is just noticing the solidity of what's beneath you and just feel into that. By definition, we're all connected to the ground. Even on some level, if you're up in an airplane at 35,000 feet, still sort of, gravity is always there, right? There's always this pull into the ground. And I think the more we can truly sense that and remember that that's always there, it's very powerful about that awareness. And if you can picture a tree, so either the tree that's in the picture that I just showed you, or think of a tree nearby, or I live right across the road from some pretty beautiful redwoods. Whatever trees come to mind, see if you can sort of sense into the majesty of those roots that are deep in the ground. My understanding is that for most trees, what we see above the ground, there's an equal amount of roots, sort of in terms of size and sort of how far they fan out underground. So the tree, what we see at the top, is really just half of the tree because the rest is down below. And noticing, however, how many years it takes for a really big tree that we look at, how long it takes for those roots to grow into the ground, how those roots are the source of the trees, big part of the tree's survival in terms of water and nutrients. And I don't think that we're much different. The degree to which we can remember and feel into those, our physical roots, but even when we're walking or moving, we are absolutely dependent on being in contact with the ground. It's the food that we eat comes from the ground. The air that we breathe, it comes through this amazing process where the trees filter the air so that we can have oxygen. I think there's an appropriate sense of humility and smallness that comes from the realization that, we are so small compared to the vastness of the ground that we stand on. So the ground is vast, it's big, it's solid. Like I mentioned earlier, there's also the sense of psychological groundedness, or spiritual groundedness, feeling into the groundedness that is ourself, our values, our needs. And those two are solid. Usually, I think when we find ourselves out of sorts on some level, we have lost our sense of groundedness in our values. Or maybe we've stopped standing up for our values because of intimidation or fear or insecurity. So just feeling into your core, and seeing if there's any words or specific values that come up for you when you think of grounding into your core and your values. And feeling that tether to those values, that connection. And there's also a sense of groundedness in our community, or in the people, the creatures that we feel a deep connection to. It's another form of groundedness. When that gets threatened or when it gets undone in some ways, it's very discombobulating for us. Feeling your roots with friends, family, be they biological or your family of choice, kind of like what we have going here. Feeling those roots extend from you towards everyone else. My guess is there's a feeling tone or a specific kind of experience that accompanies this awareness of being either grounded and in contact with the earth or with others or self. It feels a certain way to be in contact, like a firm, tethered contact with groundedness. So just taking note of what that actually feels like for you. 'Cause this is the experience to remember when you feel untethered or ungrounded. This is always there. We just have to remember to feel into it. And we can also ground into our breath. So taking a deep breath in, long, slow out breath. Just breathing into the space around you and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and in, out, sinking deeper into the ground, into yourself. And hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Open your eyes, come on back. Um, yeah, see if you can remember to so for the rest of the day. Just notice that feeling in the background of like this is ask yourself that question: Am I grounded now? And obviously, there's so many different ways of feeling grounded, but there's a distinct sensation in my experience that accompanies. I know when I'm grounded, and I know when I'm ungrounded. So, hope that's helpful. Hope to see you tomorrow, everyone. Take good care.